My God, they're here. DH talent trees are finally in alpha. And while there's so much to unravel here, I'm just going to show you high level a lot of the newer things that we get as both Havoc and Vengeance. Okay, first things first, Vengeful Retreat. You can actually talent into this as Vengeance, and Havoc gets this baseline. Super dope. We also now get to talent into Sigils as Havoc, which is going to be super awesome and game changing for our utility. I can see this being really good in Mythic Plus. And now as Vengeance, we can, if points allow, we can grab Chaos Nova, Blur, and Darkness. Pretty cool. And last but not least, in the general Demon Hunter tree, the Huntsback boy. They gave us 2 choice nodes, one being Unnatural Malice, which is currently a conduit, I believe, and the Torghast power, but slightly different. I don't ever see us taking the Torghast power. I kind of want them to put Blazing Slaughter in its place, but that's a topic for a different video. But super cool that the Hunt's back. Okay, time for the Havoc tree. Please don't look at this build as, whatever it is. I was just messing around, putting points in, just seeing where you can go. But let's just look at the highlights of the tree and kind of show you what's really cool and new. Some of the first points in the Havoc tree are kind of cookie cutter Havoc, if you're familiar with the spec, so I'm not going to go over those. But the first interesting one that we run into is Initiative. Initiative is essentially the Karain ability from Shadowlands with a twist of allowing Vengeful Retreat to trigger that effect again, which will kind of be pretty cool if it procs often. And following down that pathway, we get Chaos Theory, which they baked in from our legendary from Shadowlands. Not super excited about this one, but it's a start. But this one, dude, so good. Isolated Prey was a PvP talent that they now made a PvE talent. It's super strong. It's super cool. Gonna see a lot of cool builds with this one. Know Your Enemy is a new passive ability that, as far as I know, we haven't seen yet. There is some talk already that it's going to be super strong with Initiative, so only time will tell. But again, looking really good. Oh yeah, and Burning Wounds back. We also see Cycle of Hatred and Essence Break come back. Cycle of Hatred had some slight updates. It's less RNG. We really like that. That's what we want to continue to see in these trees going forward. And the last big talent point on the left-hand side of the tree is Momentum. Momentum is already seeing some controversy because we were supposed to have Fellblade, but instead they added Glide. Apparently it is intended. Hopefully that changes, but we'll see what happens. So now towards more the bottom middle of the tree, we see Restless Hunter and Inner Demon, both super cool passive abilities. I can see a lot of people wanting to go for Restless Hunter just because of the extra Fell Rush damage. Coming out of meta, you get to Blade Dance and gain a ton of damage. It's kind of going to be one of those abilities where you just want to see how the Sims play out, but we're a long way away from there. And if we take a peek on the right-hand side of the tree, we'll see Fell Bombardment, Soul Rend, and a couple other Glaive abilities. I really want to see a Glaive build. I think that would be really fun. I don't see it happening though, realistically, because Fell Bombardment isn't that strong. But really curious to see what they do. And going along with that Glaive build, they actually brought back Fodder to the Flame. Really surprised by that. They also added Elysian Decree as a choice node. Super interesting because it's kind of in an inconvenient spot on the tree anyways, and it takes a lot of points to get there, but I also don't see us ever taking these abilities, so hopefully they work it out through their iterations, and I don't know what they can do, but they probably need to do something. Okay, before I show you my favorite 2 talents on the tree, Shattered Destiny is the farthest node down in the middle lane. It is able to extend our meta, kind of cool. I think we were working on it last night and it ended up being around like 5 extra seconds or something of meta every time you I-beam. I'm sure people can find ways to extend it, but I think the big thing from that is you probably will be able to squeeze in a third death sweep, which might be really big for us. All right, these are the best talents on the tree, hands down. You could fight me if you want, but I'm super excited for them. Any means necessary essentially makes mastery worthwhile. It basically converts anything into chaos damage that's not already chaos damage. So essentially like Emo Aura is fire damage. Now Emo Aura can scale with mastery if you go down this pathway. Super awesome. And Rage Fire. I'm so bummed it's in such a bad spot on the tree, but this ability is so cool, and we were testing it on the dummies, and I'll show you here in a second, but it has potential to do so much damage, especially if you do like some kind of Emo Aura Unbound Chaos build. It's just a really fun ability that I hope sees the light of day in a lot of the builds that we play come Dragonflight. So I'm just going to cast Emo Aura here and watch the number go up. And then as soon as my Emo Aura expires, I'm going to do a ton of damage to every single mob. I think like right now at whatever gear level I'm at, like I do like 12k to 4 mobs. That's a lot of damage. I can see the problem when if Emo Aura like doesn't run out until the pack finishes, things like that. I don't know what they would have to do from a development standpoint to do that, but you could play around that, definitely. But yeah, overall, I have a lot of thoughts on these builds, on these talents. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be super overly positive. I think they're a good starting point, and I'm really looking forward to providing feedback, hearing from you guys, hearing from the devs, just kind of see where Demon Hunter is going. But I do truly think we are in a way better spot than we were in Shadowlands. See you later, bye.